The Colorado Republican Party is appealing the ruling by the state's high court that bars former President Trump from running again. And Apple is restocking its shelves after a ban on its watches is temporarily blocked. The Morning Rundown starts now.
From the Straight Arrow News Studio, bringing the stories that matter to you from across the United States and around the world. This is the Morning Rundown.
Today is Thursday, December 28th. Thank you for joining us. I'm Kara Rucker. The Colorado Republican Party has appealed the state Supreme Court ruling that found former President Donald Trump ineligible to run again due to the Constitution's insurrection clause. In its 4-3 ruling last week, the Colorado Supreme Court barred Trump from appearing on the 2024 primary ballot. Now, the Colorado Republican Party has asked the U.S. Supreme Court to reverse the ruling, saying the state's high court misinterpreted Section 3 of the 14th Amendment, which bans insurrectionists from holding office. In its filing, the Colorado Republican Party's attorneys wrote, "For the first time in American history, a former president has been disqualified from the ballot, a political party has been denied the opportunity to put forward the presidential candidate of its choice, and the voters have been denied the ability to choose their chief executive through the electoral process." The Colorado Supreme Court put its ruling on hold until January 4th to give time for an appeal, like the one just filed. In a similar case, Michigan's Supreme Court ruled Wednesday Trump could remain on its ballot. The question over Trump's eligibility most likely to be ultimately decided by the Supreme Court. House Republicans have requested that the White House turn over any documents related to President Biden's alleged knowledge of his son Hunter Biden's refusal to comply with a subpoena from the House Oversight Committee earlier this month. Republicans Jim Jordan and James Comer sent a letter to the White House seeking any correspondence regarding Hunter Biden's scheduled deposition with the House Oversight Committee that was supposed to be held December 13th. Hunter Biden defied the subpoena, telling reporters outside the U.S. Capitol that he would only answer questions in an open-door setting. Following Hunter Biden's comments, the White House press secretary told reporters that the president was familiar with what Hunter would say in his statement. That comment sparking this latest probe by Jordan and Comer. Their letter reading, "In light of an official statement from the White House that President Biden was aware in advance that his son, Hunter Biden, would knowingly defy 2 congressional subpoenas, we are compelled to examine as part of our impeachment inquiry whether the president engaged in a conspiracy to obstruct a proceeding of Congress." The House Republicans are giving the White House until January 10th to turn over documents related to the inquiry. New York City Mayor Eric Adams has issued an executive order targeting the migrant charter buses sent by Texas Governor Greg Abbott. Adams' order requires the buses to arrive in the city only between 8:30 in the morning and noon on weekdays at a single drop-off site, and their arrival must be announced 32 hours in advance.
We cannot allow buses with people needing our help to arrive without warning at any hour of day and night. This not only prevents us from providing assistance in an orderly way, it puts those who have already suffered so much in danger. To be clear, this is not stopping people from coming, but about ensuring the safety of migrants and making sure they can arrive in a coordinated and orderly way.
Companies in violation of the order could receive 3 months in jail and a fine up to $2,000. The order comes after 14 busloads of migrants from Texas arrived in a single night in New York last week. Adams saying the city is receiving nearly 4,000 migrants a week as the country continues to see a surge in crossings at the southern border, with an estimated 8,000 migrants illegally crossing into the U.S. each day. Adams was joined by the Democratic mayors of Chicago and Denver in a virtual news conference where they pressed the federal government for more help to address the influx of migrants in their cities. Herb Kohl, the former Democratic U.S. Senator from Wisconsin and owner of the NBA's Milwaukee Bucks, died Wednesday at the age of 88 after a brief illness. In the 1970s, Kohl served as president of his family's chain of supermarkets and department stores until the family sold their interest in 1979, which gave him time to fund his other passions outside of the business. Starting in 1989, Kohl served 24 years in the U.S. Senate. He chaired the Senate Aging Committee and was a supporter of public education. Kohl purchased the Bucks in 1985 for $18 million, making sure the team would not leave his hometown. In 2014, he sold the team while contributing $100 million toward the construction of a new arena. In 2021, the Bucks won the NBA championship. Kohl called it one of the big days of his life. Apple is bringing back its latest watches to its store shelves after a federal appeals court has temporarily blocked an import ban by the U.S. International Trade Commission. Apple saying beginning today, all watches will be available again online and in stores. Still, Apple is not out of the woods, as the ongoing patent dispute with medical device company Masimo makes its way through the courts. Masimo sued Apple in 2020 over patent infringement, claiming the tech company stole its blood oxygen reading technology for its watches. Masimo has not yet commented on this latest decision. Finally this morning, for those of you heading to Times Square to ring in the new year, you won't have to spend a dime to see the ball drop from the street, but if you want to experience it from a nearby hotel or restaurant, that's a different story. Thinking of spending the night at the Olive Garden's Times Square location? That'll cost you $450 a person. The party atmosphere includes a buffet, open bar, and dancing, but a live view of the ball drop is not guaranteed. Over at Applebee's, tickets start at $799 for its event, which includes similar accommodations, plus a guided stroll to the street to celebrate the ball drop at midnight. Bubblegum Shrimp is also holding a New Year's Eve party with a buffet, dessert stations, and party favors for a price of $1,015 per ticket. If a hotel is more your speed, the Marriott Marquis is hosting a formal wear gala complete with a 5-hour buffet and with floor-to-ceiling windows. Guests are given an unobstructed view of Times Square. The Prime VIP package for two costs $12,500 to celebrate 2024 in style. These are your top stories for this Thursday. Be sure to subscribe to the Morning Rundown newsletter to get the top stories each weekday morning. Just go to san.com/rundown to sign up. Unbiased, straight facts, that's Straight Arrow News. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Until then, I'm Kara Rucker. Have a great day.